It's come down to the wire, but today I'm sharing with you everything that I crocheted for November, part 1. Hey, it's Tammy, Crafty Mompreneur. If you're new, welcome, and if you're not, well, welcome back. This is not my normal recording space, but as you guys know, in my house, I don't have a designated office. I just record and crochet wherever I want. And today we're just gonna be in this room because my daughter is here from college. She has a friend here and we have a plumber like fixing some stuff out in the yard. And this is where I could find a place that was quiet enough to do this. And it's totally late in the day and I have a market tomorrow. Since I have a market tomorrow, I wanted to share everything that I've crocheted since I recorded one of these videos last. So this one is going to be everything I crocheted in November, part 1. But it's not technically everything from November because in my last video, I think I had like a couple makes from the first week of November. So I'm just doing these videos before every market that I have. Instead of doing these videos every month, I'm just doing them like twice a month. And that's just how it is. Now I am filming obviously in a different location and it's a different time of day. Like it's getting dark outside. So I have total artificial light. And so the lighting on this video is going to be terrible. It just is. And you can probably see the ceiling fan. I hope that's not like annoying. It might be, can you see that up there? I guess you can. I'm gonna turn that off. Normally how I do these videos is I share anything that you haven't seen in a prior video first, and then towards the end of the video you see the things from previous videos. But this one is going to be kind of just a hodgepodge of what I crocheted because there's multiples of things that go together, and it would be silly for me to like say, oh wait, I'll show this one again later. Like it makes more sense for this video to just show you everything that I crocheted. And if you've seen it in a previous video, I'm sorry. Like that's just how this video is gonna go. And we're just gonna roll with it because it's Friday late in the day and I have a market tomorrow that my plushies are still all over the front room because I was sorting them, and maybe I'll show you a clip of those. If I do take a clip, I'll insert it here. Here's how I've sorted my inventory. I just kind of did piles of stuff. So my Christmas stuff, that's all gummy bears, Snugglers, baby safe items. That doesn't go there. Larger ticket items, $8. All of these are $10 items. We've got a few 12 to 14, 25 to 28, $20, or 20 to 24. And then over here is 15 to 18. And then this is the 50 plus. So that, oh, and then keychains are in there. So that is what I am working with. I need to sell like all this stuff. Recorded my video and taken the inventory. I can add all of these to all of this and then pack it in all of that. So here we go. So yeah, I've had a busy couple days of sorting and figuring things out. I did not do a mock setup for this event. I figure we're just gonna roll with it. We're still praying for no rain. It says that it's supposed to rain like late in the day, so kind of hoping that that holds out and we will just deal with it, I guess, because it's a rain or shine event. With that, we are gonna get to everything that I crocheted in the last couple of weeks. Where do I start? I think a good place to start is with a pattern that I shared in my last video. It was this video where I shared all my like Christmas makes, and one of the ones that I had not made but I shared about that I wanted to make, I decided to make and have ready to show you for this video. And so I'm going to show that one first. And that is this Minty Jellycat style little plushie. And I'm obsessed. And you know what happens when I get obsessed about a plushie, right? yeah, I make multiples. So I'm going to show you Minty. This is little Minty. It's not really that little. Hold on. I thought I brought tape measure. What did I do with it? Oh, duh, it's right here. So I brought a ruler to kind of show you how big things were. But this is Minty, and I can't remember the designer's name because I literally just made it. I want to say her name was Judy. The shop is pretty new, but you guys, it's so cute. This is done in Burnett blanket yarn, the crimson and white, and then this is sand. And little Minty is, how big is Minty? Minty is almost 7 inches in diameter. So it's a decent size. I did have a soda can. Look at. So it's a pretty cute size. This circle part took me about 40 or so minutes. And then I didn't time myself on the legs because I was batch making them. Oops. I just told you that I was batch making something. I don't normally batch make things, but I kind of got obsessed with this. And so the next one that I made, I asked my oldest daughter what color I should make. And she said I should do pink. So I made a pink Minty. And then she's like, you should do a green one. And I'm like, I have a bajillion colors of green. Which green should I pick? And so she chose this one. And then my other daughter picked a green also, and she picked this one. So I made 4 Minties because they're just that cute. I mean, I made this gigantic pillow, and it was in my last video, but I really like this pattern of how this works up. Like, it's very similar on this part, but then this part just goes to regular without the slants, you know? And this one, I feel like it still has a little bit of a slant. And so I adore this little Minty pattern. So if you want a cute little make that takes less, probably about an hour, I guess. I'm pretty fast when it comes to crocheting, but that is a good size. I don't know, this has to be at least $20. I might put 22 on them because the feet took a little while. I mean, not a ton of time, but I'm gonna go with about an hour. Plus, the yarn and all of that. But Minty is really cute. I love this little guy. And I will let you know in next week's video how and if they sell. But I'm obsessed. So, I mean, I just showed this. But this I featured in my last video of Christmas patterns. And just as a refresher, this I decided to make out of like the Sweet Snuggles big thick yarn, and this is a personal project. I made this for myself, and so it will not be going to the market with me. But another thing that I use this video for is kind of to keep track of all my makes, and so I'm having to feature this one again just because it was something that I made in the last 2 weeks. I will still try and show you the new things first, like the Minty is new. I mean, there's a few, I guess, that are pretty new that I've never made before, and this is also a brand new thing that I've never made, and it is Snuggle Beans Crochet, the little deer. I've seen everybody making these, and I decided, oh gosh, who made it out of demi pearl? Somebody made it out of demi pearl. And I was like, I have that color. Oh, I think I saw it in, I saw it in the comments of Robin and Heather's live. Somebody made it in demi pearl. And so I decided to do that. And this little deer is so cute. It's the Spluting, from the Spluting series. You guys have probably seen it because I know a lot of the people that watch my channel watch the channels that I watch. And so I just used little eyes that I painted myself. And I don't use like the resin. I just use all my daughter's nail polish colors. And that's what they look like. And yeah, super cute. All demi pearl. This is the cork color. And then the brown in demi pearl and whatever the pink is. So this one I'm going to be charging $45 for all of my spluting animals because I do them out of the bigger yarns. But they are really decent size. They're over 12 inches long. Like this is a 12-inch ruler, I think. Yeah. And spluted out, they're probably like 14 inches long. So I love these little guys. Okay, you guys have seen this plushie before, but not in this color yet, for this month anyways. But I did make some axolotls in the swampy peach puffin patterns. So I actually sat down one day when I was watching TV, and I just brought the light pink yarn and ended up using all of the rest of my pink yarn to make 3 axolotls. And then this one was from my variegated yarn challenge. So we have 4 axolotls, which is good because I was completely out of axolotls. So I was gonna try and make some other colors, but I kind of just got on like a batch making kick that night, and I just went and used up all my pink. So I don't have any more light pink Burnett yarn. So I wish I would have ordered more in my most recent order, but I did not. So I guess that means I'm gonna have to order more yarn before the new year, because I am planning to do see how long I can go without buying yarn in January, because I have a lot, and you know, seems like the thing to do for New Year's, right? So 4 swampies. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I charge $16 for these axolotls. So in my variegated yarn challenge, I did make this little spider, but I knew I wanted to have more than just one for my market. So I used up the rest of this yarn, and I made it's like a green with some spots on it. It's got stuff on it. And then I was like, oh, let's use up some scrap yarn like Stacy Makes did. And so I grabbed 2 coordinating colors from my scrap bin, and I made this cute little spider. I went ahead and did the fangs, the green. So I used up that scrap yarn, and then I'm like, well, I have all these 3 spiders. Let's make another one. So I decided on a purple spider with like, what is that? Gray, cream, I don't know, white fangs. I've never made spiders for a market before, so this is going to be another new for me thing and see how they do. But I've got 4 spiders, and this is the handmade from Nickel spider pattern. And I forgot that I liked this pattern because I hadn't made any since my variegated yarn challenge. And then I just sat down one day and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make some spiders because it's crunch time with markets, with my market coming up. So I have 4 of these spiders. I'm just gonna go with what other people were charging for them, and people were doing 10 for the most part from what I could gather from other people who make them. So they're gonna be 10 each. Now, when I went and laid out all of my inventory out, like you saw in the clip from earlier, I only had one little $5 Stingray. And this is the one on Instagram. I'll link it in the description, but I only had one, and then I had made 2 from my variegated yarn challenge, and I was like, that's only, 3. So I decided to go ahead and make some more of the little mini stingrays. So I decided to just make them all plain without doing the white underbelly. And I was gonna just try and use up some scrap yarn. So I used up this scrap yarn and made this one. And for these, I just put safety eyes on them because at this point, when I made them, I think I made them yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday. I don't remember. I went with safety eyes. And then I made a pink one. This was not scrap yarn, but I was just trying to get a variety of colors. And then this is Big Twist Plush. And then this was some more scrap yarn. So all in total, I have these two. I have these two from the Variegated Yarn Challenge. And then I have 4. So I have 6 additional Stingrays to add to my inventory. And these are going to go with my $5 bin in with all the like gummy bears that I have that I charge $5 for. The other thing I noticed when I was going through all my inventory is that I didn't have any more of the brown like chickens. I had a lot of the chickens in like the speckled white, which is a popular color, but I decided that I wanted to make a white chicken. This is just the standard Mabel chicken, and then a brown chicken. And then I also, so I think that'll give me like 6 or so, but so these are new that you guys have not seen before. And then I also had these keychain versions that I just freehand as just smaller versions of my big chickens for my keychain display. So 3 additional chickens. These actually sold out at my last market, so maybe these will sell out too. And I charged 10 for these chickens and 8 for these. I was completely sold out of my Cookie Mouse by Robin at Knotting Hook Crochet. So I did make a Cookie Mouse. I only made one, but I ended up just pulling this little cookie from my keychain display and added it for this little Cookie Mouse because it wasn't selling as a keychain. And I figured that, you know, everybody loves this Cookie Mouse. I've seen several like crocheters do like a book and a plushie, and I think I love that idea. I really do. If you do that, this is perfect for the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie book and to give as a little Christmas gift. But yeah, got the little pocket, has the tail, just a cute little mouse. I charge 20 for this little Cookie Mouse. I have been toying with the idea of doing a couple of the book themed plushie things because next market is going to be one at a school, and I think I get a full display, so I don't know, we'll see. If you guys are crocheters and you do the book themed pair of plushie with a book, could you drop all your ideas in the comments of what you do? I mean, I can think of like the Hungry Caterpillar and using All From Jade's one. I could do this one. I think someone said a llama at one point, but if you can think of other ones, let me know in the comments because I am toying with the idea of doing that. Either maybe doing an Etsy or on my website of custom orders for that or something. I don't know. Just thinking out loud here. I did also make 2 more puppies in the dog beds. This was for my Variegated Yarn Challenge. And then I decided to make another brown dog because the brown dogs that I've made have sold. The only problem is that I don't have any more of this colored yarn. And I thought I had purchased 2 skeins of this caramel Premier Basics chenille, and I did not. I only had bought 1. And so I was crocheting along this little dog, and I got to about like his head, and I was like, there is no way I'm gonna have enough to finish this dog because I had already made his legs. And so what I did is I just started giving him black spots, and then I did his whole backside in black. And then I had just enough to make 1 ear, and then I had a little bit left over. So I made a black ear, and then I put some brown, the very last of the brown that I had on his ear. So this is like a cute little, is it a Cocker Spaniel that is multicolored like this? I think it is. It turned out really cute. I kind of wish his ear wasn't all black. Like I should have like incorporated the yarn into it, but the way you make these ears, I think it would have been hard to do that. And I think just adding the spot works for this. So I officially have no more of this color of yarn. So I guess, you know, I don't know. I don't need to buy any more yarn, but these dogs are really popular and this color is like perfect for this dog. So I don't know. I might do a small premiere order. I don't know. Anyways, maybe, maybe not. But I still love these puppies in the dog beds. And then I decided to make a solid blue bed to have because I really don't have any solid colors. So these are the two that I made since my last What I Crocheted video. I sell these for $28 and they come with a puppy adoption certificate. Moving right along, I had, I think, three little loaf cats in inventory, but I didn't have any solid colored ones. And so I made a black cat with like green eyes with a white face. And then I also had this pink one from the variegated yarn challenge. So I think this brings my total of loaf cats up to 5, which I think is enough for that. This is the Anne Caraway Art kitten pattern. You guys have seen this several times before. So if you watched my Christmas pattern roundup video, you know that I have made swinging animals, swinging things for the first time using All From Jade's pattern. And these were the 3 that I had in that video, but I did the snowman, the little reindeer, and then the gnome. I did not make any more of the holiday ones, but I do have 4 non-holiday ones that I wanted to share. I did a little mallard on a yellow swing to match his little beak. I did a little chick on a blue swing, and then a frog on a brown swing. I'm using Naughty Ball and Posh yarn for these, for the whole things. And then my most recent one is the otter on a red swing. So I think I'm gonna do 12 on these because the little animals by themselves are like 10. So I think 12, and we'll see. I've never sold these before. So I guess we'll find out tomorrow if they sell and how well they sell. But here's my little supply of my first round of swinging animals. And I figure that if they do well, then, you know, I will go ahead and probably make more for my upcoming markets. But I mean, I just feel like this is a good amount to start with. Because I think some people say either they sell really well for them or people say that they don't do well for them. So I guess we will find out. Now, next week's video is because I'm going to be recapping both of my markets from November in next week's, I think it's on Wednesday's video, I think. I don't know. I don't have a set schedule for when I'm posting videos right now, just because it's all a little willy-nilly right now with the holidays and markets. But I will get that video out sometime next week. I'm gonna say either Tuesday or Wednesday, but we'll see. I think, wait, next week is Thanksgiving. Oh yeah. Okay. That might change some things, but yeah, we'll definitely get that out before Thanksgiving for sure. Or the same shop that I bought the poinsettia, this one that you saw in my Christmas video. So they had a lily, and I decided I wanted to make my daughter her favorite flower. And so I decided to try the lily pattern. So this is a lily from Junebug and James. I'm going to write it down as being completed, but it's not going to have a retail value because I'm not selling it. Because I have no idea what I would even sell these for if I did sell them. But I thought I'd show you just because I think it's pretty cool. All right, the next few things are things that you've seen in previous videos. And then there's one thing that I'm saving till the end that's kind of a big deal. And let's just say that it's a very popular like kids thing right now. So stay tuned. It's only like 4 or 5 plushies away. But the next one that was in my Christmas video is the little elf from All From Jade. I'm not going to go over these too much because these are just kind of for my roundup. If you want all the details, or check out my last video, the pattern roundup video. I can't even think right now. This one I am going to take to my market, and the price tag that I'm going to put on him I think 28. I think. I'm not sure, but we're going to say 28 for this video, but we will see. Because I think it's probably worth more than that. We'll see. I kind of don't want to sell it, but if someone loves it and wants it, of course I'm going to sell it, I guess. Also from my variegated yarn challenge are these 4 swirly snakes. I'm not going to go into details about these snakes because I did that in the variegated yarn challenge and I don't want to bore you. But this pattern has been very popular. When I link the patterns here, you can see how many of the pattern has been sold, I guess. And so this one has been the most popular one so far. And I think I've only been able to link like where it shows the picture on the screen for the last like couple of videos. I know it's showing up in some of my older videos, but in some videos it's not. I think I'm figuring out how that whole thing works, but so far, like I think 20 something people have purchased this pattern from my links. I'm hoping that this next market tomorrow that these will be popular. I'm putting 16 on mine and we will see. The next 3 are from my variegated yarn challenge, so we're just gonna run by these super quick too. I only got one of these little guys made. I didn't have time to make another one. And then 1 octo with embroidered eyes for the baby section. And then 1 jellyfish. Again, you guys have seen these recently, so I'm not gonna go into details. And then of course, the owl that I love. This owl, I love it. I don't know if I want to sell it right now. Oh, the light makes the eyes look really cool. Look at that. I think it's like a holographic eye. That's pretty cool. Woo. Woo. Okay. So this is my pattern for a candy cane. And I just got to tell you that I did this last year and I did a YouTube tutorial for it. And I struggled with how to write up a pattern for it because it's kind of monotonous to make. But then when I got this comment the other day, I never seen a candy cane do the spiral thing before, and so I kind of just was messing around with yarn and decided to do it as a tutorial. And so that comment made my day. And if you guys want to make these little candy canes where the spiral goes around and around, like it starts here and it goes up, 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 all the way around. So I definitely have not seen a candy cane pattern like this before. I do appreciate you guys so much when you leave comments for me, and it just makes me feel good and makes me realize that, you know, me talking to my phone here, like people enjoy it, people get value out of what I share, and so that makes me very happy. So thank you guys so much for all of your like sweet comments and everything. I do really appreciate it. Okay, I have 2 more finished makes that I'm going to be taking to my market tomorrow. Here's a little sneak peek. And then I'm going to show you the sneak peek of like another thing that I'm working on that kind of goes with this. And we're going to get into the details of what this is all about. Here's the situation. So I had asked in my school community about some patterns for the Kpop Demon Hunters, Huntrix, you know, those characters. And the reason why I decided to make them is because my daughter, when she was doing my nails last time, shout out to my daughter for doing my nails, she suggested that we watch it. And so I was like, okay, I've never seen it. I had no idea what it's about. And so we watched it and I was like, oh, well, that's a pretty cute like show. And so I was like, I know I had seen a bunch of patterns for the 3 girls floating around on the internet. So I was like, I asked in my community like which one they liked better, and I had seen the BK crochet one and then I had seen the green frog crochet one, and it was unanimous that people chose the green frog crochet one. And so I purchased that pattern of the 3-pack of the 3 dolls, and I had the yarn for all 3 of them in Burnette Blanket. I didn't have it in, I didn't have the right colors in Parfait Plush or Parfait Chunky or any other yarn. So that being said, I decided to go ahead and start with the most popular one, the iconic purple-haired Rumi. And as I'm making her, I was like, oh my goodness, this doll is going to be gigantic. And she is. And so I used the green frog crochet and I just went along and made the legs. So the legs weren't too bad. I will say that doing this part right here was challenging, and mine are not straight. And the color changing wasn't bad. Like, the whole body wasn't bad. But then I got to the head, you guys. The head is so big in Burnett Blanket. And this is even, like, I even took like 2 rows out and I like condensed, like I made it less around. I want to say this is like a 42-inch around head at least. Maybe it's more, I can't remember exactly. But she is gigantic. And she's very, her top head, like she's very top heavy. So she is going to be $65. Because look, I mean, her hair is a lot of it. Like, I am completely out of this purple now. And it's just, it was a lot. And then I was like, do I want to make the other 2? Because that was my initial idea, was to make all 3 of them. And I'm like, no way. I even bought more of this yarn because I didn't think I was going to have enough by the time I finished like 2 of the dolls. And so I was like, no, I am not going to make these gigantic dolls. Like, I just can't. So I am going to take this one to the market and try and sell her. And then I also made the little blue kitty from Green Frog Crochet. And so these are the 2 that I'm going to take to the market. This one's going to be $65. This one, I think I'm going to put like $20 on it because there was a lot of color changes and stuff. So the set together, if they want them together, it will be, like, I think I'll do, like, if someone wants to buy them both, I'll do it for like $80 for the 2 of them together, just to get rid of them, because I definitely don't want her hanging around too long because she's big and it was a lot. Having said that though, okay, let's put her back here and then I will tell you what I decided to do instead. So I had still purchased that 3-pack of the 3, you know, little Kpop Demon Hunters. And I knew after making her that I was not going to be making the other 2. But I was like, well, how can I still utilize the pattern but not make them so big? And I was like, then it hit me. I was like, I'm going to go back to a pattern that I have modded so many times. And I'm going to use kind of the inspiration of the green frog pattern, and I'm gonna mod out the baby princess from the Friendly Red Fox. You've watched this video here. I have modded out her pattern so many times for different things. I did a bunch of the Disney princesses. I have done Strawberry Shortcake, and now I have modded out the baby princess for the Demon Hunters. Well, I'm only done with 2, so I'm not taking her to the market tomorrow. I want to finish all 3 of them before I do that, but look at little Rumi. I followed a similar, like, I couldn't do it exactly how the Green Frog Crochet does it, but I did find inspiration in the Green Frog Crochet pattern for this one. I do my own technique for legs. I don't have to sew them on. I crochet them into the round. I crochet for the Friendly Red Fox's pattern. I crochet these into the round. I make them ahead of time. I crochet the legs into the round. The legs are longer. Like, there's a lot of modding that goes into this, but I adore this pattern. This is something that I think I would charge like $45 for, just because it has so much detail with the hair and everything. But yeah, this is my version of Rumi. And then I'm going to show you the progress on the others, because I did pretty much finish Zoe. I think that's her name. So this is Zoe. I kind of did my own, I kind of followed Green Frog on like the color scheme, but here is this one. I think I want to add some pink detail to this, and she still needs her blush and a couple other little details. Oh, and I wanted to get their little earrings for their ears and stuff. And then the last one is, this is how far I've gotten on it. So she is still a work in progress. So this I'm not taking to market. I'm not putting this in my finished work. I have to find some more of this yarn because I'm out of this color, and this needs to be like a skirt. So, and then there needs to be like some detail work here. But yeah, so this has been a project this week that I have also been working on. If you guys are not familiar with the Friendly Red Foxes pattern, this is the first place I'm just going to leave you with a tip. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with a tip for this video, because this is the last thing I have to share. But when you have dolls or plushies that have really heavy heads, if you don't know the trick about making like a neck strengthener, check out one of the free Friendly Red Fox has this on her blog. But you just make a tube, you fill it really, really firm, and then whatever your opening is, you make it one size lower. So for this one, it's an 8. So you make this like a 7 stitch tube, and you stuff it really firmly, and then you put it down in there, and that strengthens, and then you can crochet around it and stuff it. And that just gives the neck a lot more stability. And she didn't have a ton of hair, so I didn't put one in hers. But I did put one in hers because I knew she had a lot of hair and it was going to be a lot heavier. So that's just the tip that I'm going to leave you with. And hopefully, not going to say hopefully, because I know I can finish this one by the time my next like what I crocheted video comes out, but I do have to, find some yarn and do that kind of stuff. But I will plan to take these to a December market, and then if my little like cat thing doesn't sell, I'll take that with it. But hopefully that Rumi will find a home and I won't have to drag her around everywhere, because she's kind of obnoxious. If made in blanket yarn, probably not the best idea for the Green Frog crochet patterns, because they come out pretty big. Anyway, I think that is going to do it for today's video. I know I probably rambled a lot longer than I should have, especially when I have to go pack up all of my plushies and then still do all of my like prep work for the market tomorrow. So with that, I am going to say that's going to do it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please oh wait, no, that's not it. I'm supposed to like add up everything and tell you how much. So let me do that real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay, I did some quick math. I calculated that I made $757 worth of inventory. This doesn't include the pillow or the flower that I made for my daughter, or any of the other projects, like the some of the things from my the dolls that are not completed yet. I did not put those in there. The poinsettia flower, I'm not counting that because I'm making that as a set. So those are not included in there. I made a total of 50 plushies, which include the pillow and the flower. But I did not put a value on those because I'm not selling them. So $757 worth of plushies to sell, and then 50 total plushies crocheted. I would say that's pretty good. It's been about, I think, 2.5 to 3 weeks, I want to say, since my last video. So yeah, not too bad. I'll take it. I'll take it. I will say though, my husband's like, you need to get to selling all these plushies, because if you saw the clip, it's kind of a lot. So that really is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. If you want a sneak peek of when I get all of these dolls finished, join my Skool community. I will leave the link for that in the description. It is free to join. So that really is going to do it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Haven't seen on this channel before. Did I say that right? I don't think I said that right. I'm going to say it again. What was I going to say? Oh, I made them and they are finished. Well, what am I saying? I don't even know. We're just going to scratch that with the, what am I thinking?